Welcome back to Boys in Motion, the podcast where we chat training, racing, community. And today we have a little challenge that might bring a bit of end of year chaos. We're going to bring you some deals, the big challenge, and some fun announcements along the way. So let's jump into it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, this is basically V2 of our boys banter episode. I'm excited to dive in with you guys. I've already got a cold brew cracked for wherever this conversation goes. There's been banter in the group chat, and now I'm excited to have some banter here on the pod. So yeah, we're breaking down some Black Friday picks. I know we were talking about making an order on the feed already today. We're going to be talking about the winter challenge, or I guess it's like really the December challenge, which we're setting up and people are excited for. And we'll talk about a few things that are happening as we wrap up the year.
Yeah, I'm super fired up about this episode. It's going to be real nice to chat about this winter challenge. I've been itching to talk to you guys about it. I know the community's been buzzing. We're getting this December off to a freaky start, let's just say. But yeah, let's dive, I think, right into the topic people want to hear about today, is that winter/December/end of year challenge. I'm excited and nervous.
Yeah, talk about nervous. I'm friggin' nervous. I guess like we could start just with like the essence. I think we talked about it last time on the pod, or like 2 podcasts ago. I don't exactly remember. But yeah, basically I saw a short TikTok style video of 2 friends who just bet $100 or $250 against each other to do some like crazy activity. And that was the birth of this idea, which is, why don't we blow it up to the community entirely? We have 17 people in a group chat now, and I think it'll be growing by a few more by the start of December. And the whole thing there is you set yourself a goal and you've got the community trying to drive you to succeed. So yeah, it's exciting. I'm hyped.
I mean, we've been pretty hush about our challenges, personal challenges. I don't know if yours is public yet, Bryan, but I haven't heard a zip off of Runnerman Andy. And I've been kind of teasing mine for now, but I'm excited to hear what your actual challenges are and put them out into the world, see what happens. But yeah, we're getting some traction on this challenge, and I think it's going to make for a freaky December.
Yeah, definitely going to be freaky. And I agree. I think Andrew's been waiting for us to have this podcast to actually release the December challenge that he's setting out, because he's been ghost protocol. He said he was in Colombia, but I think he's just brewing up some very interesting challenge for the end of the year. So Tyler, you mentioned yours already. It's an ultra. What are you thinking there? How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, so I've been brewing with this ideation of a proper trail ultra with elevation. So fellow BIM member Mustafa has been convincing me, let's just say, to go play in his backyard, which is the Gatineau Park. And he sent me a freaky loop, and I just can't get my mind off of it ever since he sent it to me. But I'm honestly scared. Have not put any run training in, or any training of that matter. So I don't know. It's going to be a slog, but if I do it with some friends, aka Mustafa and Kyle, I think it'll end possibly more in Ottawa-Gatineau region. It might make for a pretty adventurous day, and I'll have a meta evac waiting on the sidelines just in case I'll be stranded out there. So I'm excited, but I think I'm 90% sure that will be the challenge.
And what is it that is holding you back from that 100%? Just weather?
I'm just
is it
scared.
Maybe not freaky enough? I don't know.
Oh, I'm just spooked, and yeah, like it'll be an audible on the weather, just because it is not crazy altitude, but it's a bit different weather than, let's call it, in the city. So as soon as we get up there, if we get some inclement weather or some, I think really just ice or some crazy wind would really be the only thing that would stop us. But the snow, the nice weather obviously is welcomed. But yeah, we'll be pretty snowy up there, and it really depends on the distance as well. So the The course shows 60. We're aiming for 50. And then, yeah, based on the footing and the winter conditions, we'll see how many we get through. But I'm excited to see, and I'm going to sit in on a call with Mustafa, the forest boar himself, and we're going to make a logistics plan and see really how this will come to life.
Love it. I just want to give, before we jump any further into our communities and our goals, I just want to give a quick TLDR for any listeners that aren't already in the challenge, kind of give a high level overview of what we're chatting about and what we're so excited about.
Good idea. Yeah.
So yeah, the Boys in Motion December Challenge, where everyone picks a fitness goal that will genuinely kind of push the boundaries on where you are. Achievable, but you need to push. And this isn't just endurance. You can do run, lift, ride, climb, row, just kind of any sport activity. You need to have a way to prove that you've done it. Strava post, take a video, something like that. The accountability. We need to make sure that you're not, cheating the data, posting some, fake activity where you said you rode a certain speed, but we're really in a car or something. And as Bryan mentioned, everyone's going to throw a certain amount of money into the pot at the beginning to kind of make it interesting, make sure that if you don't hit it, you're losing something, which I think is important for that extra push to hit the goal. And then if you hit the goal by the end of December, you're in the winner's pool. And if you don't, you're in the loser's pool. We're still gonna work together as a group to figure exactly what that means, but you definitely want to be in that winner's pool. So yeah, that's kind of the gist of the challenge for the month of December to get us all moving and grooving.
Yeah, and I think the idea is like $50 is probably that right amount where people can actually the winner's pool can decide on a cool piece of merch potentially or some other thing. But I really love the idea of I think the losers should get something as well, but the winners kind of decide what that might be. And we were talking just before is the losing team or the losing pool, we'll call it, might get a piece of merch that has some hidden emblem or something that just shows that they did not succeed in the challenge. I think that's a good motivator. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm excited. I just know I'm going to be part of that winning pool, so I don't really care what happens.
Exactly. If you know, I'll tell you, I do not know if I'm going to be a part of that winner's pool based off of what I set as my goal. I'm spooked.
Yeah, I mean, we have to get into that as well. But yeah, I'm very interested to see everybody's challenge and what they set out. And like you said, it's personalized to everybody, right? Not everybody has to do that same goal. Like you said, challenging but achievable to a certain extent, let's call it. And yeah, it's going to be real freaky for all of us. I don't know. Bryan, do you want to go next? Do you want to share with the listeners what your easy goal is?
Yeah, so I'm just going to say this. Still in the chat right now, even relative to people, on a relative basis, I still think I'm doing the most insane one based off what I've seen. And one of the reasons I say that is because let me just start from the beginning. The goal is to complete an Everest on the bike, which is 8,850 some meters, I think. Oh, and 8,848 meters of elevation in one single ride. The most elevation that I've ever gotten in a single ride was under 1,400 meters of elevation. So this is so much more than anything I've ever done before. It will be my longest ride, and it'll be 5 times the height of my highest elevation gain. So I'm scared. And I know it's going to be a pain cave, and I know it's going to be a long day. I've seen some videos of people crushing out an Everest, and they're on death's door, and they're far more fit than I am. So yeah, I'm spooked, but I'm super excited, and I would not be doing this were it not for this December challenge. So I'm super glad we set this up. These are the great things that we founded BIM for. So I'm just excited. But it's mostly nerves as well.
Yeah, it's definitely a pretty awesome one. I actually have a friend that last year did an Everest, but you're planning to do yours on my whoosh. Is that the plan?
Yes. So my whoosh, and I actually took a screenshot, sent it to everybody in the group just so that they all had context as a little teaser. And they have something called Snowfall Mountain on my whoosh. It is 240 Ks long and 8,854 meters.
That is so wild.
Yeah, it's spooky. It's going to be tough. I don't know
It's gonna be a
how
long
long
day
it's
in
going
the
to
office.
take. But yeah, it's going to be a long day in the office. I'll have some movies on. I might end up throwing some stuff onto the big screen, doing some work, kind of coding, do whatever I can do to pass the time because it's going to be a shift and a half.
Keep your mind busy. Yeah. Like I
Yeah.
don't. What do you think? Even do you have a remote time frame you think for this, or just whatever?
I do not know. I would hope that I can get this done in 12 hours. I think that's a good goal.
Yeah, I think that's a good goal. I just try to grind it out in 12 hours. You like again, it's not the distance, it's the height, right? But obviously that map that you have has a set distance and height. So it's really you look for that map and you just go for it. And you
Yeah,
need
now
to
the
stay
nice
on
thing
top of the
about
nutrition.
yeah, like you say, it's not like straight up. It's like it's a loop basically that brings you up and then brings you down. And so you loop around this hill and you basically do it like 8 times. So it's like 8 times a 800-meter or 9 times a 100-meter climb or something, or a 900-meter climb, whatever it is. It's doing loops of this. So my hope is that I can do the climb over, let's say, 40 minutes and then get off the bike, go to the washroom, make a snack, whatever, for 5 minutes, 10 minutes as my bike does the descent, and then hop back on and keep going, basically.
Oh, that's a good idea actually.
Yeah.
That's
And
true. I
I'm
forgot it's like up and down, right?
exactly. And I'm going to reach out to Kyle Harding, the guy who paced me in the Kingston half,
Yeah,
the
he did
first
it
time I
once.
broke 90, because he's done it. And I think he does a lot of Everesting. So I'm interested to send him a chat message, learn from him about the ins and outs of what it takes, because he's done it in like on the bike in real environments and then also virtually. So I'm interested to hear what he thinks and how to strategize about the virtual.
That's a good idea. Yeah. I didn't think of actually reaching out to him, but that's the guy that I know, I guess, in our close enough circle that has done it. So on Zwift. So, and I didn't realize, yeah, he probably has done it in person as well. I know he records a lot of his stuff too. So
Yeah,
that's
I think he did it at Whiteface potentially.
yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. And the weather was terrible too, I think.
So before we go through like everybody else's challenge, because that was the one promise, is right before this pod, I sent a message, urgent, important, sent it with red flags and said, if you want
And it
to
worked.
be, yeah, and it worked. If you want to be mentioned in the pod, send us your challenge now. And we got a bunch of people. We're a chat of 17 people. And I think about like 10 maybe have been submitted, something like that. So I'm excited to dive into them, but we've got Andrew on the line. So let's yeah, call Andrew. And Andrew, what are you thinking your challenge might be?
Well, I'll be honest, I haven't put too much thought into it as far as like many ideas, but the thought that I do have, and I'm still thinking exactly, but there are 2 FKTs that are local to me that I have wanted to attempt for many years, and I think this challenge might be the perfect kick in the butt to actually do them and stop, making excuses. Ideally, and I haven't set it in stone, but ideally I would have 2 FKT attempts with at least getting one of them. Is what I'm
Not just
thinking.
one, but two.
Not just one, but 2. I would like to do both, but I think I at least want to commit to achieving not just doing the thing, but at a certain speed, because you have to go long and fast. That is a strict requirement.
I like this. So,
Alright.
so obviously you've done your research. Do you have any indication of like, can you give us a little teaser on maybe approximate distance, approximate speed for one or both?
Yeah, so one is about between 70 and 80 kilometers, so a little bit longer. It's not insanely fast, like it's very doable. I mean, I think the one thing that's going against me right now is I'm in a bit of a slumber. So it will probably be relatively a little quicker than my body wants to go. The other one is shorter. So the other one is actually the length of line 2. And a part of the challenge is also taking a picture at every subway stop. So I think that one's about 30 kilometers. So much shorter. The tricky part about that one, obviously it's a little quicker. The tricky part is dealing with traffic. So that's why I think setting myself up for getting at least one, because that one, if I don't time it properly, the traffic and lights might actually be what stop me from getting the speed,
Oh,
not fitness.
so it's a lapse time.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a lapse time for all
And
of these.
and sorry, I'm not a Toronto man. You're saying subway line 2. Is this like an underground? Are you going up and down? Are you going in? I'm just picturing you in New York, like going down the stairs, going 3 stories underground, hopping up on the other side of the road. Like,
Yes, I need to start at the beginning of the first subway at 6 a.m. and I need to run the tracks and beat it. That is the FKT.
frick, that's a fast time.
No running up and down the stairs. Just run on the roads as best as possible. And then a part of this, like I said, is taking a picture at every subway stop of the sign so that you can post that. And then the other one that's, I think it might be 76, somewhere around there, is running the Toronto Urban Trail, which essentially goes along from the waterfront to the Humber River Trail, all the way like close to, like to North York Markham, all the way across to the Don Valley, down the Don Valley, and then back down Lakeshore. So that one's about 75 kilometers.
So Andrew, I've got to say, I like the idea of 2 FKTs. I've looked up this line 2 FKT, and I'm seeing the current unsupported lead time, which for 31 kilometers is 2 hours and 44 minutes 45 seconds. I think you can beat that by 15 minutes minimum.
So I think the thing you're not considering is traffic.
For
and
sure.
lights.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like I definitely see that, but I know your capabilities, and if you are able to like pick the right time, like 4 a.m. on a Sunday or something freaky like that, I think you could set an all-time best time that will never be beat.
Oh, true. Can you pick any time?
Oh yeah, it
Okay.
doesn't matter. Yeah.
Oh.
So for example, there's also the FKT down Yonge Street, which is actually very fast. And that one, I think he said he started at 2 a.m. because he was like, this is the only way that I could do it fast.
I
So
see.
time in urban FKTs is definitely very important.
Oh, that's exciting. I love these ideas.
That's cool.
Yeah. 2 FKTs in
Now
1
you're-
month would be crazy.
That's pretty cool, especially in Toronto too. The pool, let's call it the pool, is bigger too. Now you're picking my brain with FKTs in general. I just literally Google searched FKTs near me, and I just found a really freaky one. So that's very very interesting.
I guess that people, maybe if there's any listeners, we've been using this word
Yeah.
FKT quite a bit. It stands for fastest known time. And so there's this website called fastestknowntime.com.
It's so sick.
It needs to be some sort of like route that someone would be interested in doing again. So for example, the sections of the Bruce Trail here in Southern Ontario, or the whole Bruce Trail. So something kind of a little bit more significant like that.
Yeah, it's cool. And I'm glad you gave a kind of slight description of what the acronym was, because my mom, who's an avid watcher of the pod, was wondering what FKT meant after we mentioned it a few episodes ago. So I'm glad we finally got that explainer out to her. Yeah, that's awesome. So speaking to the listener, like if you are listening to this is the first you're hearing of the December challenge, or you've seen a social post and you're wondering like, oh, you guys are talking about like such insane things. I think we can maybe take a step back, look at what other community members are doing as like a benchmark of, this is not only to push the upper limits of like what is humanly possible necessarily, because in some respects, like Andrew's setting like all-time best times on segments. What we're what other people are doing is really like relative to themselves. What is something that is pushing the limits, but is still reasonably accomplishable in 1 month? So, for example, we have people who their goal, and I think it was Erica, and I love this challenge. Her goal was to complete the total distances of Ironman like legs throughout the whole month. So she'll have to like throughout a number of different activities, run the full marathon split up, bike 180K, and swim. I don't even know. I've never looked into the swim of the Ironman, so wouldn't know how long it is. Probably a few hundred meters.
I'm checking my medal. 2.4 miles, baby.
There we go. There we go. So, yeah, I think it might be a good time to sort of dive into what the community's doing. Like I mentioned, a number of people have submitted challenges already, but it's not too late. You've got until the end of November to add challenges. So, of course, you got myself doing the Everest, Tyler doing potentially what, a 60K ultra, 62K ultra?
Yeah, we're doing 50 to 60 with 1,500 meters elevation.
I like it. I like it. And then Atomic, I think this was in direct response to all the banter that's been happening on the podcast about bench pressing. He has set the goal of increasing his 1 rep max from currently where it is, which is 185 to 190, to a clean 225, so 2 plates up. Now, I don't know if that's enough because he's a pretty strong guy.
I mean, too easy.
So I
That's
think
way too easy.
we should counter offer 3 reps of 225. Because then you've got some
I like
endurance
that,
in there,
actually.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
got to put some endurance. Yeah.
Yeah. What are some of the other cool challenges you've seen people submit?
I found John's really interesting, and B's as well, with the counter offer, you could say, his wife. So John he has started a 5K a day. I think he was going to do, before this challenge, he was doing a 5K a day. I think for the rest of the month of November, he wanted to do it for a month or something. And then he started it, is doing good. I think that's awesome, an awesome idea for like just get back into consistency, because people think, oh, I could run a 5K, but can you do it every day for a month, right? So that's a real test in consistency and discipline, I think, especially with the lifestyle he has. And then so for this winter challenge, December challenge, he has brought it up, I think, to 5 miles a day. So he turned into the freedom mile man, went to 5 miles a day, and till the end of December. So I think that would be tough, first of all, in general, increasing the mileage. Second of all, through the Christmas holidays, seeing family, friends, having the 2 kids, I think that'll be very challenging to keep that up. And then to one up that, his wife, B, fellow Girl in Motion, she has one-upped him and wants to do 5.1 miles a day. So she has also started and kept the 5K a day as part of my Strava investigation. I did check. She's doing the 5K a day as well. And now she is rumored to try to one-up Papa John and doing the 5.1 miles a day. So that'll be a very interesting duo.
I love the competition in the house where they're going to keep each other accountable, and then B's just going to do that extra little lap down the road. Love it.
That's so cool.
The one that I like, and that I almost may have had to join him for this because of the almost Ironman debacle, is Devin's, who has a goal of swimming. One trick pony brain. Swimming 200 meters at a 2:25 pace, and his current is can't swim. So that's definitely something I can relate to, Devin.
I love it.
But I don't understand I can't comprehend his goal pace. So Tyler, can you kind of put that into perspective? What is your 200 meter? I want to understand.
Yeah, and like relative to running pace, what would you benchmark that pace as?
Okay, that's a good. Maybe I'll get flack for this. This might be a hot take. So you're saying relative to running? That's interesting.
That's the only thing I understand. So yes, please.
Well, can I give you in kilometers, Andrew? I don't know. This is hard to.
That I understand better than swimming for sure.
So like I said, I don't know if I'll get flack for this, but 2:25 pace is, I would close to, I wouldn't even
You're
be
about to drop heat. You're about to drop heat. I know it.
Guys, I'm
That's
about to say
why-
I wouldn't even go in the pool for that pace. Not
Well, I
worth
was
the
gonna say,
swim.
I honestly don't know how to swim that pace. And I'm a slow swimmer. So I would say about a 7 minute per kilometer pace. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know how to swim that pace.
Okay, so
Like
so
by
now
that, like you're staying still at that pace.
now I know you guys don't know Devin and Tomic too well, but Tomic responded to Devin's and said, "To be honest, that's too hard. I've seen him swim. This should be adjusted downwards to only 100 meters." I don't know if you saw
Oh
that.
no.
So he thinks we should cut the distance in half.
Certified sinker, my man.
That's wild. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was literally gonna respond, who's the verified sinker? Because I did not have his number. First, I thought, Andrew, you got a different phone, to be honest. I thought that was your challenge for a sec.
That was my Colombian line. That was me in Colombia just dialing in.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I think that he'll probably have an adjustment to that. I think we'll see if we can boost him up. I think we gotta pump his tires a bit, give him some confidence so that he can aim for.
So
for
has he
something
like never
freakier.
been in a pool?
Oh, I mean they've been going and doing some swimming workouts here and there, so he's like comfortable enough. We got to do some Strava investigating, see what his real
'Cause
potential
if
is.
if he's actually been in a lap pool, I think that's very hard not to hit.
Yeah, agreed. And he's a fit guy. He's the guy who stares at the wall for 3 hours while he's on the stationary bike.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
he should
That
be able to
right
swim
there.
fast.
That's crackhead behavior.
Yeah.
He could swim faster than
Yeah.
225.
Now,
Like the current in the lane pool will bring him quicker than that.
I like this. I like this
All right,
banter.
folks, join the December challenge. You'll get roasted by Tyler.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Now, Andrew, the other Andrew who's in the chat, he just ran 5K. He set it on Saturday at a 23:37, and he set his goal time for the end of the year of 22:30. I gave him a shout out and said, why not sub 22? What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I don't know this man, Andrew, but he has a nice name, and also I love it. I love that he set a PB this week, so very recent, very fresh, and yeah, 22, go for it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean sub 22. I think he's got it in him. Another thing, I love that there's yet another person that is jumping in line to try to beat Tyler to 20 minutes. So that's great.
This is true.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm excited for this one. If you're doing it in Toronto and I'm around, shoot me a message, and I'd love to jump in on that one with you.
True. Having a little pacer for that, I think that's an extra 30 seconds of speed right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love this one. This is a good one. And the speed in December might be a risky move depending on conditions, but I love the big goal.
It's okay. You don't get winter in Toronto. You'll be fine.
There you go. Exactly. Okay, so now I think probably, in my opinion, the most inventive and creative and season-fitting challenge that was submitted was by friend of the pod, Mustafa. So he named this the Christmas Run Advent Calendar. And I think this is just genius. So his goal is to run at least and he put at least, which means he'll probably be doing more when those kilometers are small. But
So this is freaky because I'm going to tell you something.
I
After.
bet at least the corresponding day in kilometers until Christmas. But he does say that Christmas is not included because he needs to eat. And eat, Mustafa, eat, because after the like 23K, after 22, after 21, after 20 kilometers that he'll be running, he's definitely going to need to be doing some big refueling.
That is so wild. I'm so excited to see that. Again, on the Strava Investigator, I'll have my magnifying glass out there checking it out. I'll be meeting up with him a few times throughout the month as well, I can imagine. So we'll be definitely chatting about how he's feeling, how his body's feeling, and we'll do a check-in for sure. And then, like you're saying, that key word is at least, because if he's not a freak enough, absolute freaky man, I thought his challenge was just going to be joining me on this ultra because it's basically his backyard and he knows everything about. He's basically my personal Sherpa at this point. So I thought that was going to be his challenge, but nope. He surprises us once again and puts this in the group, which is I think, to be honest, harder.
Yeah, that I think like the challenges. So my challenge is difficult, but it's only one day, so it requires absolutely no consistency. The challenges that B, John, Mustafa, and even Erica are setting are challenges in, yes, endurance, but also consistency, which when you need to do something every single day, shit can happen. And you might be like Ross running a mile at 11:55 p.m. just trying to squeeze that exercise in before the day ends. So it'll be interesting to see how they go.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think we have a bunch of cool goals, diverse goals, and I think it'll be interesting to track. Maybe call some people out throughout the month, try to, give people pushes, but definitely. So this will be releasing on the 25th. So there's another 5 days till the end of the weekend to submit those goals for the people already in the chat. And if you want to be in the chat to join the challenge, just reach out to one of us, message us on Instagram, Boys in Motion, to join in, because it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see where this goes, and to see all the people, joining in, all the media that comes with it, and the fun vibes too. A shout out, kind of, it reminded me, it's not on the winter challenge, which I could talk to her and maybe she could make it part of the winter challenge. But I was talking to my stepsister this week actually, and she started something very interesting, and it's rooted into consistency and keeping those goals alive. But she started a walking club in her neighborhood instead of a run club. So, all the boys, we go to church on Sundays, we run. Well, she's like, you know what? Forget this noise. I'm going to just walk. And she started a neighborhood walk club, literally like the good old days, posted flyers on, she lives in Hamilton. She posted flyers all over some lampposts. And I told her I would give her a shout out because I think it's a great idea. The Sunday morning walk club.
I think that's awesome. Amazing. Yeah, it gets the community out. It
Exactly.
Obviously like connects you with your neighborhood a little bit more, gets you meeting people locally, and yeah, it's fantastic. You're moving and grooving like we love to see.
I'm trying to find the
That's
name.
awesome.
She made a cool poster too. It's called House Girl Walks. So they look at nice houses.
I like it. Yeah, you got to guess all the prices. You're on House Sigma the whole time. That's nice.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, good shout out. I think that was a great idea. And with these winter months, it's getting colder, it's getting tougher just to go out in general. So good for them.
Yeah, and listen, if you're somebody who consistent walking is a challenge for you, join on into the December challenge with that as your goal.
That's what I was thinking of that.
Accountability is one of the strongest motivators that we've found in our fitness journeys. And so this is the perfect time to dive in. Don't wait till the new year. Start it now and hit that new year with that muscle of consistency already strong.
Forget new year, new me. Old year, new year, same me. Do it.
Exactly. So I think this is perfect. A good way. Everybody knows how to get in touch. So let's leave that there. Now, Black Friday. Let's talk about it a little bit because the feed had a nice sale. And I think when this episode releases, they still have that nice sale. And we were talking about putting in a nice order. Andrew, I think you did the most research on that site. What are some hot looks you're looking at?
I know for us, we love CIS. The CIS isotonics are great. They're the 20 gram, but then also the beta fuel. That's what I prefer for racing because they pack in a bigger punch, bit more bang for buck at 40 grams. And when you do the math, it's a little cheaper, and they have the nice 200 milligrams of caffeine. So they have a good deal on those where it's 30% off. And then they have the variety pack of the isotonics for $1 each. That is in US, so it's $1.30, $1.40. But that's a super good deal for pretty tasty gels. They also have Morton for buy two get one free, which is pretty nice for very expensive gels. And if you're depending where you're shipping them, you can actually get the caffeinated gels, which is what I really like, because you can get the other ones in Canada, but pretty much everything is like 20 to 30% off. So they have some really good deals on variety of gels. And I know one reason that I really like the feed is you can buy individuals. So you can really kind of figure out what gels you do and don't like, which ones work for you before committing to the big mega pack that Bryan sent me of Morton for, what was it, $500. So you don't want to do that right away.
Why.
Try before you buy.
Yeah, it's actually insane. When that thing is full priced, it's like $1,000 of Morton. Like I told you guys, you're never gonna bonk again if you make that purchase.
Maybe we should send this to Mustafa.
Yeah, Mustafa might need two.
Holy. Tyler is not shooting blanks tonight. He's got his gun loaded and there's no one that's going to be standing after this pod.
Yeah, I'm the one that's drinking a beer, but Tyler is off his rocker. Holy moly.
I'm just feeling good today.
That's good. This December challenge has got us feeling jolly. The other shout out I'd give is to Last Hunt. It's a site that ships to Canada and they've got really good deals year round, but especially on Black Friday. So if you're looking for more like gear, especially winter gear, there's a lot on sale right now. And you can generally find some pretty good deals on like shoes and other stuff that maybe is like being discontinued or that sort of thing. But that's a good place to like pick up cycling bibs and or like running gear.
For sure. This is where basically I get all of my shoes except for my Nike racing shoes at this point. But important to note about the Last Hunt, great prices, but with them, no try before you buy. And it's all final sale. So make sure you're not doing shoes that you don't really know your size. Maybe go to a store and try them on first, or just do something you know that you're the size of.
Yeah, I'm putting all these in my browser so I could do some shopping after. But yeah, my honorable mentions, I got a nice Garmin website open right now. Some nice deals on some watches. I don't think my computers are on sale right now, but we got some watches on sale. We got some of those the lights for the bikes. Those are I think half price,
The Varias,
which are really good.
The Garmin Varias, I think this is like a good gear review. The Garmin Varias is like the radar / light at the back of your bike. If you're riding out on the road, you need to get one of these. It absolutely changed how comfortable I am. I know exactly when a car's coming, how far they are back, how fast they're coming at me, and when there's a number of cars in queue, I can see them all on my screen. Absolute game changer, because it allows me to ride away from the side of the road when there's no cars around so that I'm avoiding potholes, avoiding all the bad shit, but I know exactly when somebody's coming and I'm not always looking back. Total game changer. It was worth every dollar and more. I would buy a new one every year if I had to.
Yeah, I'm actually debating it right now. Right now they're $150 off. So
I would, and if you have a caring parent or family member or partner who loves you a lot, send that to them for Christmas, because that is safety and security. That is better than an insurance policy.
I like this.
Frigs. Tyler, if you don't receive it, what does that mean? What does that mean about those people?
That means I've been throwing too many. That means I've been throwing too many chirps, I guess. Jeez, nobody loves me anymore.
Oh, frig, we might need to friggin' crowdsource from the BIM community to get Tyler a friggin' fancy light on his bike. Yeah.
I don't know if there's anyone in the BIM community that cares about his safety anymore after all the chirps.
That's true. Mustafa isn't gonna chip in, that's for sure.
And then I had another honorable mention for Boxing or Black Friday week. This nice little store in Ottawa called Bushtaka. They have their 25% off everything in store. Or more, which is great. I've been finding myself in that store a little bit more often, so I'll be catching some of those deals for sure.
Yeah, and disclaimer for the listeners: Tyler now works at Bushtaka part-time on the weekends, mostly for the Trek discount if it ever comes in. But I would recommend, if you're in Ottawa, do check out Bushtaka. They are a great store. It's so much better than buying your stuff on Amazon. You got actual experts there, and they'll teach you about all the gear.
Yeah, and they're on sale.
Love it. I have not a shout out or honorable mention, but more of a question. In the past, we've been very fortunate to get very, very good turbo trainer deals on Black Friday. And there are some inquiring parties. And have you guys seen any hot deals for turbo trainers for this Black Friday?
I don't even know what a turbo trainer is. Is that like a
A
smart
smart
trainer?
trainer.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's a different name for it.
Yeah, so smart trainers, I haven't seen any that have come online like from a store where you could just buy them like we did in bulk that one year. But Marketplace is a good friend. I've seen a few that have been posted in the GTA for about $300, which are still like models that are being sold for like six, seven, $800. So keep your eye on Marketplace, but I haven't personally. Have either of you seen anything from stores?
I've been looking too because I have some inquiries, but nothing like when we picked them up. I have no idea how I got that deal or why they were so much on sale last year. But yeah, right now they're still the ones I got. The one I got last year, the tax flux is 20% off, so still about $600 it'll run you new. So those are the biggest sales I see now. But yeah, keeping my eye out. But like you said, the Facebook Marketplace might be the way to go. I sold my old one actually on Facebook Marketplace within a day or two. So maybe keep your eye out for Facebook.
Yeah, good tips. Yeah, that's the Flux is the only one that I saw too. I've been refreshing Sport Check, just waiting for them to drop more, but it hasn't come.
Did you try the code transfer 50? It might work.
Yeah, I use that everywhere that I shop now. It hasn't worked.
That's too funny. That's so good. Okay, fantastic. Now, Tyler, you do have this last item as a mention, which is the BIM end of year awards. How do you guys feel about that? Should we run it back? I know last year's was just so much fun to kind of put together, produce, and all of that. What are you guys thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I saw that that literally prompted me. I don't know when I was doing the script, it prompted me. I'm like, I forgot about that. Yeah, I had a lot of fun last year with that. I think we could maybe come up with obviously some recurring prizes, but also maybe some new awards. And yeah, I think people would be down to listen, see if they're repeat offenders or winners of new awards. So I think we'd be down for that.
Agreed. Agreed. Now, here's my question. I think last year, I don't know exactly how we did it, but did we like let people vote or was there no voting at all and we just decided on it? I kind of think
I think we
we
just
just
did.
decided. So, if you, Mr. Community, would you be willing to organize some sort of voting system, whether it's a Google form or something? We would come up with nominees and also ask for nominees across a bunch of categories and come up with like a good community driven model to build this out. I would happily edit that
Yeah,
episode kind
that
of
would be
to the
really
same
fun.
quality as last year.
Yeah, that would be really fun. I think if we get like a form out, like you said, get those those awards and some nominees, some honorable nominees, and then we get the community itself to vote. What better way than to get the community and the people to vote?
I agree. I agree. Now, I wonder, is it ever worth it to do a live event? Like live stream the awards. Like imagine we just had like chat going right now and you could see like a few of the community just chiming in live.
That would be cool. But I don't know how that would work. I'm not a big
Frig.
tech man,
Maybe that's
CTO. I
maybe
need to
that's
see.
year 3, the first of the Twitch live stream end of year awards.
Frig, that would be nice.
That does sound pretty nice. Then we'd have to make sure all of our community could come at the right time. So might be a bit of a challenge, but
Just fly
I
them
think that
out.
could be fun. That could be
Yeah, just
fly
fly
them
them
out.
out. I like that. All right. Tyler, you got all the good ideas.
Holy, the BIM budget just went through the roof. Holy, Tyler. We're gonna have to talk to the CFO on that one.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, what do you guys say? A good time to wrap it up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
this was
think we might
amazing.
have amazing. I think that great place to wrap it up before Tyler starts shooting off any more shots. But yeah, just big thanks for hanging out for this kind of pre-challenge banter. And yeah, let's put a pin on it.
Exactly. Now, if you're not in the December challenge group chat, send us a message. If you've listened this long, you should be doing the challenge. It'd be silly not to push your limits. You only have 1 month left in 2025, and it's worth ending it off with a bang. Make sure that you share this episode with a friend so that they're committed with you. And I guess we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, and again, just give us a message if you are interested in this winter challenge. We are not pros, but we try to be. We do not discriminate, but we chirp. And we love to have people involved. Keep it going.
Beautiful.
All right. So on that note, keep chasing those goals, keep the momentum rolling, and as always, stay in motion.